Hey guys, okay, so a lot of people have been contacting me saying that they love the human design astrology, they hate it, or they just don't understand it and they want to know more about it. Basically, some people said there's not enough deviations. How can it only be broken down into 4 parts: projector, manifestor, manifesting generator, a generator, or a reflector? Well, that's the broadest sense of the word. These are all pretty broad. Split definition, wait for invitation. The incarnation cross has a lot of different deviations which you can fall into. That's mine. There's also profile, inner authority, and the not self theme. Now these are just some of the many deviations that happen, but when you realize, I broke down all the astrology signs within the gates. The gates are the numbers. The channels are all these different lines that are colored or not colored, black, red striped, both, or just blank, which is not defined. And not defined gives you more opportunity. Then there's all these arrows right here. Okay, so what I realized was that that if you look over here, this is Virgo. Okay, Virgo will always be this part right here. Capricorn will be the middle, and Pisces will be that number 63 right there. Always. Now for me, I happen to have the sun. Because I'm a Capricorn sun. I have Capricorn sun going from here into my crown. I never knew I was truly Virgo in Mars, but I am. I'll tell you why. I found it. You'll find all these things. You'll find it in your birth chart somewhere. Well, if you look, house number 6 is Virgo. For me, I have Pisces, but it belongs to Virgo. And if you look, my house number 6 ends right there. It ends in Aries. So right there, that's part of Virgo's house, and it ends in Aries, and Aries is ruled by Mars. Hence, I have Virgo and Mars coming through the crown. If you look at 28, Mars is the design, Mars 64, and on this side Mars 28. So I have 28, which is Scorpio. You go to this chart right here, and I have Scorpio right there, 28. Okay, it's the very beginning of Scorpio. Very beginning of Scorpio. Go in my birth chart, Mars right there, 2 degrees, Scorpio. Now, that's a splenic ruled Scorpio, which is the left brain type, which is basically scientific, mathematical, logic, reasoning. That's the spleen. That's where it comes from. It's all Libra and Scorpio ruled. When you go over here, this is the solar plex, which is feminine brain ruled. All right? This goes all the way up and crisscrosses to this side of the brain, the right brain. The left brain goes from here and goes down and crosses over. Just like the left side of your brain controls the right side of your body, the right side of your brain controls the left side of your body. All right? The solar plex, for me, is not defined. It's completely open. So is the root, which means I'm not tied down and limited to a restricted archetype that's ruling that part of myself. For me, I was born very scientific, all right, and mathematical. My spleen, my G center, which is also part of the heart, throat, and third eye, they're all lit up. I also have some lights in the crown, but the crown itself is not fully lit. And I also have some lights in the actual heart. Again, it's not fully lit though. And I have complete freedom, you could say, in the root and the solar plex. Now, also, the best way I found out to open up your heart is using the 12 petal lotus. Now, if you see, there's 6 and 6. There's a 6 petal lotus, but twice. One in the Jiva Atma and one in the Paramatma. And if you look, you count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the heart, and then there's 6 in the G center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry, 8. 8 in the G center, 4 in the heart. That gives you your 12, okay? Now, this is the secret to open up the heart chakra. 6 in the Jiva Atma, 6 in the Paramatma. Okay? Number 1, objectivity. Number 2, actions, control of the will. Number 3 would be equanimity, control of expression and feeling. Number 4 is positivity, seek truth, beauty, and goodness. Number 5 would be open-mindedness, reactivity to new experiences. Receptivity, sorry. And the 6th one is harmonizing all of these. You do it twice over, and that's the 12-petal lotus. If you want me to break it down for you, I can. So objectivity would be to focus on something, a man-made synthetic object, for example, a pencil. Focus on that for 5 minutes, how it came to be into existence, everything about the object, everything about the pencil, the number 2 on it, the way the lead looks. Focus for 5 minutes. Focus your brain on the pencil. Just a pencil. Don't think about, you got to pick up the kids after work. Don't think about anything else but the pencil. Now, this is controlling your thinking. All right? It's very important to do this. It's a type of meditation. Number 2 is the controlling of the will. So give yourself a command for a certain time. So, for example, turn your bracelet around 3 times your wrist at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So this will set your will into motion. It could be something completely meaningless, but to you it could be meaningless to other people, but for you it's not mundane, it's not meaningless. It has all the meaning in the world, because at 3 o'clock you're going to turn your bracelet 3 times around your wrist. That's literally setting your will into motion. You got to start with little baby steps. Third thing is control of expression and feeling. So learn all of your feelings, don't dull your feelings, master your feelings. So having mastery over the timing of your emotions and feelings is key. And number 4 would be positivity in every situation. Finding something positive and optimistic in everything in life. Everything. So this is like the Jupiter archetype. And no matter what drama you're going to in your life, whatever it is, find optimism within it. Have open-mindedness is number 5. Which is being receptive to new experiences, new ideas, new thought forms. It could be something as small as, I don't know, some person asks you to hang out and throw a football around. Now this person, you might have not have ever wanted to hang out with this person a week ago, but for whatever reason, you want to be more open-minded, give the person a shot, throw a football at the park, see if it works out. You never know. This person could be your best friend. You might have a lot in common. You might be able to network with that person somehow. So, and number 6 is combining all and harmonizing all of these 6 petals of the lotus flower, which is of the heart. That creates balance and harmony. And then you do it twice over, because everything that has an action has a reaction. So there's 2 parts, the Jiva Atma and the Paramatma to the heart. That's how you unlock the heart. Start with baby steps. Don't go huge. Start with baby steps. But this is literally how to unlock. This is ancient wisdom, by the way. And that's part of the sign, the hexagramic shield, which is some people call the Star of David. This is just some of the hermetic alchemical wisdom passed down. And yes, the human design goes very, very, very deep. I suggest everyone that's into astrology, you look into human design. You break down all of the astrological, the zodiac, and break down all the planets within the organs and the chakras. Now listen, 88 days before you're born, all right? 88 days before you're born, there is a true spirit crystallization. Your spirit fully crystallizes 88 days before you're born, which is why I'm also a solar Libra. 32. 32 is Libra in the spleen. I'm also a Libra sun. Now, I know that I have Capricorn sun and in the 4th house. 4th house is Cancer. So I sometimes say to myself, I'm also a little bit Cancerian sun. But this will help you recognize new planetary archetypes within your system. And it all makes sense to me. Just like I have Mars, Virgo Mars coming through the crown. and solar Capricorn coming through the crown. Well, this also shows me that I have a solar Libra in the spleen, which is the scientific base rule. So why solar Libra? Well, because 88 days before your birth, which is about, let's say, 3 months. So just go 3 zodiac signs back. So if I'm a Capricorn sun, that means 3 signs back, 1, 2, 3. My spirit fully crystallized in Libra, which is 182 days into the birth cycle or 88 days before. All right. Again, the number 88 has a lot of depth to it. It's like a double infinity sign. Now, also, don't forget the 4 baptisms. What are the 4 baptisms? The 4 baptisms are, first baptism ever is when Saturn shoots some type of ray into the moon. All right, that's the sperm eating the egg for you. That's the fire baptism. Let's say it starts in Aries. The next baptism is the baptism of earth, getting placed into the womb. That's the, let's say Taurus is the next sign, all right? So that's the baptism of earth, all right? You fully get, that's basically your spirit is crystallizing in the womb. So 182 days into the birth cycle, basically, which is 88 days before your birth, your spirit will fully crystallize. That's where this design comes into place. And the next 2 baptisms are water and air. Water baptism, well, first, water breaks in the mother, so the water baptism starts. Baby comes out, takes his first breath, breathe in, that's Gemini. That's the baptism of air. And finally, the water baptism ends when the mother gives birth to the placenta and all the waters come out of the vagina. So that's the next baptism. That takes you to Cancer, the 4th sign. And then the next true baptism would be, again, fire, back to fire, which is the baptism of the mystic, which not many people do. That's raising your Christos energy up the Kundalini to the 3rd eye and fully actualizing yourself. Now, that's my goal. I'm sure a lot of people want to do that too. It takes a lot of work to become the baptism of the mystic, which is the next fire baptism. And again, guys, I say give this a chance. Don't just look at it for one hour. Look at it for at least 1 month. Get into human design. Start reading your chart. Read some other people's charts. Compare it to your birth chart. Tropical Placidus, Vedic, whatever you do, just give this a shot. All right, guys, take care.